Hey everybody, I know this is a little bit different. It looks different, doesn't it? Oh, right here. Well, it's this other. I'm gonna start recording on this because apparently you can save computer space when you do it this way. Um, I don't know. I would show you around. I made that whole wreath and told you all that story behind. Oh, I'll take you over there. Hold on. I don't know. You know, Not that it's important or anything. I mean, I don't know. What? Oh, here it is. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you can still hear me. See right up there? Well, I know, right? It's a little different. Oh, well, here's some family pictures. Oh, Mia, you're down over here too. There's just some other pictures that I took. Somebody else. Not that anybody knows who that is. I don't know. Hold on. That works better. Yeah. I don't know if I like this video arrangement. Seems like it's on the other side. Doesn't it? Usually the door is over here. Or somewhere. It's different. So, I don't know. I told Sean that they told me they didn't need me at work anymore, and he was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't think he was surprised. I don't blame him. Not at all. I don't know. It's not like he has children, so he doesn't know. You know, you know. I guess people who have children only know what it feels like to have them ripped apart, ripped away from you. You know. I don't know. I don't know. I wish you could. Wish you could see what it looked like. Well, I don't really wish you could see what it looks like, but well, I don't have any anger or anything about it. You know, it's not like there's anything I can do about it. Oh, I just smite at the court. I talked about that stuff that I knew about. Well, and then YouTube is censoring me, or somebody's removing my videos. You know, oh, because you know why? The truth hurts. You know, who wants to hear the truth, right? Not when there's cowards that they can hide behind. You know, I know, right? I look a little different with my glasses off on this side. I was right, too, about those monks. They weren't like priests in the old days. You could at least trust them. And they didn't lie. Priests, on the other hand, always lied. Because they had the church to protect. Monks, on the other hand, were... You'd like to sit one of them down one day and just pick their brain. I mean, just, talk to them. I knew a priest and a nun once that were drummed out of the Corps. Well, they got married. They had children. I don't know. It's kind of misty outside right now. I'm not used to like this video. It makes things a little different. I don't know. Well, I was talking earlier about, you know, racial equality, you know. And of course, I believed in that all along, since I was never had an issue with other people, you know. Even people that were completely different or from a different species, you know. Some people did. Some people are always like that, though. They are always nitpicking on what's... I don't know. I don't know. I think that, well, whatever. It's not either here nor there. I was thinking about words in Spanish like sufrir, morir, and then I was thinking about the reflexive forms of the verbs. It was interesting. An irse, verse, un verse, or venirse. I know I'm bad, but not bad. Just, oh, Sean likes watching these old movies. I think he's got Whatever Happened to Rosemary's Baby. He said it's called something else, but I swear it's Whatever Happened to Rosemary's Baby. Look what's happened to Rosemary's Baby. You know. I remember that first movie. Those witches were downstairs brewing stuff up underneath the, you know. Not that I think anything like that is happening around here. You know what happens to naughty witches. The devils do. You know. You know. Not that there's witches and anything like that. Well. And then there's some. They're so, you know, scaredy cats. You know. I like scaredy cats because, you know, they are. They're just like, I suppose that's the same way that some are scared of duality. You know, who knows? I might just be blowing off steam here. Oh. No, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I remember that thing about you keep what you take. You know. You know. Well, what do I have to keep? Only what I've said before. No one calls. No one calls. No one calls Steven. Except to say, oh, we don't need you anymore at your job. Sean doesn't even call me. Ever. He's just like, oh, why should I call you? I don't even like you. I don't know. I guess he does. He must. Who else would, you know? Ugh. It's not there. I mean, there's a lot to like. I'm just a little bit out there sometimes. Not that this is a video dating thing. Nothing like that. And Tori, if you're listening, I used to listen to this song all the time. I think I listened to it probably 20 times one night. And I was like, ugh. I don't know. Well, we can continue on this story about the old monks and the farmers and meeting in secret and passing notes to them. Not money. I mean, they did give some of the farmers money, especially when they were having hard times. And the monks didn't have very much money. But they knew how to get people to give them money. And I told you it got worse when the priests came along. And when the church got involved. And then those monks were forced to either join the church or start their own orders. Wasn't pleasant. A lot of those monks were treated like dirt in the church. And monks know that. And they might not like to admit it. But when they were incorporated into the Catholic Church, they were not treated well. Well, because they didn't have any nobility behind them, and they were usually working men that learned. I've got something else to say. This is a sidebar, but I saw, like Native American men rarely cry. And I saw, like, in my mind, I was like, and I knew who picked the shaman usually in their tribes, but I would see them pounding on the floor, on the ground, like when there were like losses and they're like angry at the earth that they would take their brothers and sisters. And I remember my grandma, and I don't know where she learned this from, but she would be on the floor pounding on the floor like she was shaking the foundation of her world. So mad. She wouldn't say anything. And my grandma, the Norwegian, you know. And I would say whose birthday it is today. But I won't. My own brother doesn't know. Of course, he's not my brother here. You know. So, you know. And no one called my Grandma D except for a couple of people. So, anyways, it's kind of not even funny anymore. I just throw out tests to see if they know, and then they're like, "Oh, he knows that we're not them." Well, obviously, you know, didn't take me a minute to figure that out. My own sisters are like, but of course, maybe I'm just in here and they're out there, and so I'm like, of this different world going on in here. Not that it would, I don't know, you know. And I saw a couple other plans that were in action in somebody's ideas, and I was like, I forbid it. And if you don't see Stephen Philip Lindquist when you watch this video, if you see somebody else, well, I don't know. Because you have to disprove that it's Stephen Philip Lindquist. And you can't do that. You might see somebody else when you look at me. And somebody might be altering the videos on a different end. Of course, you know I know that, too. It's nice that these are live now. Right. Naughty. I know. Well, it's funny, though, why somebody would go to so much length to get me here. And then manipulate it into making it seem like it was somebody else. I mean, that would be their own personal gain. And of course, you know. Oh, well, I told you that whole story about the wreath got destroyed. How I anointed it with rose oil and sandalwood, and found harvest seed of echinacea, and then some feathers, and then put a binding circle on it, you know, for health and wellness. Of course, I had to leave offerings to the goddess outside when I was standing at the fence going, and she was, oh, just don't take it all in one spot, just go around. And I was like, well, I never do that. I know better. I know, right? So I left some incense and an agate from my personal collection of stones. So I was just like, and then I was with the incense. I think she got the picture. I'm sure it looked really strange, me standing out there weaving, you know. And then the final one was a large piece with 3 extra ones, and I was just and I had to pull some of them through, and it was not that I knew how to do that. Remember, I made them for Savea and Mia, wreaths that they wore on their heads. But somebody stole my photos of Mia. You know, that's right. I actually have some of them in storage. Oh, I like this. Maybe I like this a little bit. I would take you around the. Oops. I would take you around the apartment on this. I don't know. And what's funny is I look at everybody and I'm like, you look strikingly familiar. But then they don't seem to know, and I'm like, really? I'm like, interesting. And so I put people to the test. Not that they have to answer when I ask. I mean, I don't know. And then I have people tell me direct, flat-out lies. And I'm like, oh, do better. Try. You know, if you're going to lie, make it a better one, You know. Most of them I'm like, oh, okay. You know. Oh, and I've got this other greatness, the court. I've been like, they refuse to let me have my computer there, you know. Oh, Sean knows. He won't even come. He's too embarrassed, you know. He's just got to, well, sit in that shell for a little bit, feel it, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I said that if somebody really wanted to, the only person it would really hurt, the only two, is Savea and Mia. And since I have them right in here in my heart, and that I hold them and, it's weird to see where, right here. I know, right? It's on this side. So, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that YouTube has got some balls and actually, like, doesn't censor stuff. Of course, people have been censored a lot. Great people, wise people, free thinkers, free spirits. Oh, and bring it on. Sean's like, oh, the police know all about your activities. I'm like, bring them on. Why don't you be the first one to stab me in the back? I mean, Sean and Chris did say that they got my back. You know. I don't know. Can you imagine an 80-year-old woman or a 76-year-old woman sitting on the floor, like, shaking the foundation of her world? She's so angry sometimes. I would just watch her do it. I wouldn't stop her. I would be like, Grandma. Okay, well. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And then I called another job that I had, and I was like, hey, man, I know it's hard to ask, And you don't have to say yes. I totally understand if you would say no. Yet, it takes courage to ask for a job. You know? And I liked him so much. He was such a good guy. I think the whole situation was a little bit haywire. You know? Like, anyways. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just very strange that oh, this one is a good one. Oh, I threw that one away. Oops. Of course, there's some documents in here that could prove that people were stealing my stuff and in my computer. But you know what? I don't even have to like do that. I'm not gonna. I don't really care that much about that. You know, I don't. Oops. I didn't know I was that close to it. I was just. Huh. Yeah. I mean, I don't really care that much about. I said one time, only cowards sneak into other people's belongings. Losers. Oh, yeah, to be it. Lo ser. Hey, que sera, sera. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And get this. I'm calling that shell of a woman Tara Beth Caines and her cow lawyer to the stand. She's not a cow. That's a judgment, and I don't make those. Sean called her a cow. I'm gonna just take the high road and just be like, well, she's doing a job, and somebody's paying her. Whatever way I'm pointing. Who knows? Who knows? You know? I don't know. I had this. Oh, I'm carrying this around differently now. Well, you can't see it. I just carry it in my pocket. Well, I mean, I carry this side too, but I don't know. I think. Oh, let's cleanse his soul. You know what? Huh. Good luck. Ain't gonna happen. My soul was never broken, or my heart was never broken. You know what was broken? Other things. You know. Oh, it stole it. I don't know. I could ask Lynn what she thinks about it. She'll probably come up with Sam, that Sam, that same damnation shit. You know, I'm always trying to squash her. You know, just. I mean, not that I don't think that. Oh, well, that's alright then. I mean, that was in the past. Eric, what are you thinking? Oh well. I like this one's better than the earlier Damnation ones. Sean. Oh, well. That is not his card. That's what he's thinking, though. Right now. I know that's what he's thinking. Here's what Steven's thinking. No, I was not thinking that. I was thinking that I get to, you know what? I get a chance to speak my mind. And you know what? People didn't like it in the past, and I don't think they like it now. And that's not my problem. If you don't like it, don't listen. If you have to listen, then try to find some meaning that you can relate to in your life. You know? Okay, I gotta figure out how to stop this thing. Okay, oh, I gotta put my glasses on, maybe then I can see. You know, weird. I know I take them off every once in a while to see what I look like without them on. Actually, with this video, it looks a little different. Like, I look more like myself with this. But, I mean, wait a minute. I don't know. From this distance, I look a little different. When I get up this close, I look better. But this far, it's like, I don't know. This is goofiness. But if you see somebody different when you look at me, when you look at, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Some people say I look different all the time. I don't know. Oh, I was sitting outside and this moving truck came by, U-Haul. I was like, oh yeah, perfect timing. You know. Anyways, you know, I get to go through court. Well, now it's on the 28th of October, right before Halloween. And my friend Eric's birthday. You know. You know. Oh, I don't know if that one story made it on the internet about that old farmhouse where not such good things happened. Ugh. I don't want to have that vision again. It was down that dirt road. Well, there were dirt roads leading to it, and then the driveway was a dirt road. Not pleasant what happened there. I told you there were two large trees and then lesser trees around the house. And it was white, two-story. I didn't see a car there, but there were not good things that happened in that yard. It was not. I don't know where it is. It seems like I saw it. I don't know. I don't know. Somewhere. Maybe if I think about it. I don't want to actually think about it now because it's not a pleasant thought. I'd rather talk about those monks from like the, I don't know, must have been like 1400s or something. I don't know if it was before that though, maybe. I talked about what the women did and how they knew what was going on in the courts. And I don't know. I'll talk to you more about it tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure somebody else will have something else to say. You know. Sometimes I'm like, can I get my own words in there? I do. Most of the time it's like all me, but, you know. But, you know. I suppose I could just continue writing in some old language that doesn't exist anymore. No. Oh, maybe. Alright.